Hello, guys. Welcome to the process. Happy Wednesday, Alessandra. Welcome. How you doing?
Pretty good. Good. Happy Wednesday.
Happy Wednesday. Today's topic is on Stellar Processing Week. How do you celebrate Stellar Processing Week? And then we'll do some hot topics such as
Yeah.
cleaning on the clean side, or PPE on the clean side. So,
Mm.
Alessandra, how are you today?
I'm well, a little exhausted from getting ready for the marathon, but I'm
Yes,
good.
yes. It's been exhausting couple days trying to get all our guests together. And then I definitely want to shout out our sponsors, Birch Barrel. If you've ever grilled before, this is the barrel for you. You could take it anywhere and grill anywhere.
Nice.
All right. Number two is JB Med Solutions. So they provide PPE, wrap, mask, anything you need for your cell processing department. They provide. We're in the midst of the pandemic and we have shortages. So jpmedconsulting.com. Check out the website, and they'll probably be able to help you find what you need. And also MedLabel. If you don't know MedLabel, you have a problem with labeling in your department. Anybody who has a department should know MedLabel, especially on the East Coast. So they provide your clean, dirty tags, your loaner tags, stickers, load stickers, etc. So they also provide zipper printers too, scanning tools, etc. So definitely check out MedLabel, one of our sponsors. And also, we try and get a couple more sponsors, so hopefully they will come through by the end of the week. I also want to just say thank you to all our upcoming guests. So we're over 20
Yes.
guests right now,
It's gonna
and
be so
yeah,
fun.
it's gonna be an amazing. I don't want to sound cliche, but it's gonna be. What's another adjective I could use? It's gonna be.
It's gonna be a phenomenal show.
It's gonna it's gonna be lit. Let me put it like that. It's gonna be lit. So so definitely, guys, please tune in. It's gonna be a very nice show. We have, and I'll let Alessandra talk about it. But so cell processing week. So my best cell processing. I'll ask myself that question. What is your best sterile processing week? Um, so my best cell processing week was a week that involved the team. So that was way back when our my management team came and said, "Hey guys, we're gonna play games on Monday. We're gonna play games on Tuesday. We're gonna have a potluck on Wednesday. The vendor's gonna come bring stuff throughout the week, and this vendor's gonna come on Monday. This vendor's gonna come on Tuesday. This vendor's gonna come on Thursday, and Friday is our big day. We're gonna get everything to eat. It's gonna be nice. It's gonna be like you're gonna get the feast, a
Party.
big thank you feast, and then you're gonna get your little gifts and stuff. So that was my best week. Not going into too much detail, but that was my best week when the team was involved in the process, basically. No pun intended. But um, so I felt included. I felt recognized. I felt full after eating all that food, and I felt that at that point, management really recognized what we did, because one way of management showing I feel is the most important, one of the most important, not the most important, is actually opening the wallet and spending the money. Now,
Ching-ching.
if you could buy one instrument that costs $600, you should be able to get two or 300 to for SPD week, right?
Hopefully. We,
Right.
we
So
can
what?
we can dig into it. It doesn't always work just like
Right.
that.
So, Alessandra, what's your best cell processing week memory?
So I'll give two because I'll give one as a technician and then one as a manager. So as a technician, my favorite SPD week was when I was working with evening shifts. I worked with that crew for 5 years. It was the most solid crew. Everybody was strong in every area. Everybody carried themselves. It was the best, and I learned so much working with those guys. But of course, we worked in a facility where the hospital didn't necessarily recognize us very much for sterile processing week. But we know that. So we just kind of preemptively decided instead of being bummed out about it, we were going to celebrate ourselves. So we did the kind of similar to what you guys did. Every day that week, we had something planned for ourselves. And then we also took turns cooking lunch for each other for the shift. So
Mm.
each person brought something in. And then Friday, we, did the big potluck. That Friday shift wasn't really going to get
Mhm.
too much out of
Mhm.
us, but that food was good.
Mhm. Mhm. Mhm.
uh,
Mhm.
so yeah, hey, now we all gotta have our opportunities to celebrate ourselves,
Mhm.
right?
Yep. Yep.
And then
Yep.
as a manager, I think probably this last SPD week, especially because it was in the midst of what we were hoping was going to be the end of the pandemic, but we were in the middle of the pandemic last year, and so we did a rap race one day. We did some SPD Jeopardy. We did some team building exercises, but we also did the same thing. We brought food in every day, something different. Like we did cakes and ice cream one day. We had Mexican food another day. Burgers. We tried to switch it up, and even for the food that we had the reps bring in, we told them, please, no pizza. So the staff was able to just get some different things. So it was really nice to be able to have the time, and we were able to cover them on the floor so they could go off and have lunch together.
That's good. That's good. I like the fact that people could just hang out. Important thing, you can't just hang out. So guys, don't, especially managers, don't, if you can, right, work with the OR, try and get like one day, like, hey, this is our week. Let's ease off on the cases in this couple hours, or get the slowest day. I know, not everywhere you can't do that everywhere, right? You can't do that everywhere.
No,
But
you can't, but you can take advantage of your established break times. Like I said, I use myself and my supervisors to backfill the staff so that
right,
more people
right.
could go to break together.
Mm-hmm.
No, you can do
Mm-hmm.
things like that. And there's
Yep.
always sometimes there's people that have brought their own lunch. They don't want to go to the party. So, you find ways to
True.
leverage it so that people can
True.
enjoy themselves a little bit
Yeah,
longer.
yeah. Don't be so strict. Oh, lunch is only half an hour. If you
No,
go, the world's
SPD.
gonna explode or the partner's gonna break down. Give them a little extra half hour. Give them an hour lunch. Let them chill, stretch their legs, relax. Let the food go down. Like like you can't have food in your in your in your chest, like running around
Ooh.
trying to make up for the half hour you want. Let the food go down. Let the itis set in. Let them feel a little drowsy. Start cracking some jokes. Play a little music.
Put some music on, yeah. It's
And you really
that's
get
nice.
to know your people at that point, because when people get a little when a little fool, they start talking and you get to
What
know
you up
about their
to now?
family, you get to know the real personality. Give them
Yeah.
all something. And then
Yeah.
managers, supervisors, even fellow techs, spend a little money, give a little card, a little thank you card, if you feel that your team, really feel that connection with your team. Go to the dollar store, get 10, 12, how many people you have in your department, give a little card out, or send an email out. Thank you guys, it's been a great year, happy Sterile Processing Week, just
Absolutely.
to show recognition. And then that will give you props within your department, like, oh, she really cares, or he really cares. Oh, he's just a tech. Oh, he just came. He's a student. He just came. He sent out emails or he giving us stuff. Oh, this is the first year. We were really hard on her. She started really slow, and she's thanking us for all the training we gave her. So
Yeah,
definitely, send a thank you out to your people.
absolutely. Couldn't
Yeah.
agree more.
Mm-hmm. So, what is your worst cell processing week experience?
So I can't say that I had a bad one as a tech because we always kind of rallied around each other. But I had an interesting one as a manager,
Mm,
where I tried to provide some gifts and meals for the team. And as you said, you're able to come out of your own pocket, but I'm not going to just say that like everybody is able to do that. Sometimes I think people just assume just because people are, supervisors or managers that, cash is raining down like manna from the sky. It don't quite work like that. They not paying y'all enough. They not paying us enough. But but that year, I was not allowed to bring anything in, so we had to order everything through the hospital.
mm,
And so I was pretty, transparent with my team about that I was gonna have to order All of their lunches were going to be catered by the cafeteria, and shout out to all the nutrition departments. I'm not gonna throw no shade.
Mm.
However,
What happened? What happened?
the pizzas that we ordered, unfortunately, were a little overbaked.
They were well
So
done. They were
they
well
were,
done.
they
Then
were
don't
well
people
done.
like the well done pizzas?
Trying to be nice to the other departments, because I don't know
Oh,
what they were going through that day.
oh
But
man.
I was sad that they took that pizza out the oven and put it in the box and
Oh,
delivered it to that department
well,
like
that means it was cooked. That means they put the
Woo!
extra loving in it. That's all. You know.
But I will say this, customer service so one thing, my team actually tore that pizza up. So
Oh, oh,
they
oh,
they
wow,
did
wow. No,
that. But customer service, that team did, they made new pizzas for us the next day and they were perfect. So it was good. It ended up being kind of a funny story, but I was I
mm,
was running around trying to plan and everything, and I was just like, oh my god, the pizza's burnt. It was
mm,
a mess.
that I mean, y'all ate it, so I mean,
They
don't don't like
they
you know.
smashed. I don't know if it was,
Yeah. You know,
if it was just lunchtime and they couldn't take it anymore or what, but they did eat the pizza.
yeah. I was thirsty, but I still drank the water. Like,
Yeah.
oh well, the water.
I don't know. It was kind
Like,
of rough. But I mean, most of the SPD, most of the time, as a manager, I've had to come out of pocket for my costs, and there are ways to get reimbursed by some of the facilities, but not all will do that. So there's different rules at different places, so you kind of have to check and see what you're capable of.
mm-hmm.
And if you are able to do that, if you are able to order things for your department out of your budget, check when you're doing capital planning and make sure, check and see how much money you actually have in that budget, because usually it's kind of low for department if you're thinking about like even if you only plan like a lunch every quarter and then something special for sterile processing week. You just want to make sure you have enough cash in that budget.
Mm-hmm. Let me name drop on Sunday. One of our guests, Lila Price. I wish I had a bomb. Let me drop a bomb on that. Lila Price will be joining us. Let me get my bombs up. What am I doing? What am I doing? Lila Price will be joining us on Sunday. That's just one of many. I'll try and drop as many as I can.
Ooh.
But let me get into my sterile prostate nightmare. Sterile prostate week nightmare. All right. So I don't know why, I like what I do, I love the people, and, it's just like I have a feeling everywhere I go, I'm like, everybody's just gonna love the thing and love the atmosphere and love each other. It's just gonna be a group thing,
Mhm. Little
kumbaya,
family, little
it's
family.
family, like, oh, we're taking time together, we're on the Queen side together. It's just what I love,
Ah.
but unfortunately, everywhere isn't the same. So I got a shock. So I tried my best, all that stuff, blah blah blah, trying to make it nice and homely. Like, like we need to recognize the facilities and they're doing anything. So I'm gonna go out my pocket. I'm gonna spend some real money and make it look like, like the facilities doing it and blah, blah, blah. And then I didn't get recognized for doing anything. It was like, okay, you did that. So I felt
Hey.
bad. I'm like, oh, so there isn't any way of like me getting something back or something, like, nah, sorry, we just can't help you here. So it was
Mhm.
like a nonchalant type of thing. And I was like, I wanted to do it because out of my kindness, of my loving heart as a Christian. So I have no regrets, but I have regrets on my thinking, my thought process at the time, that maybe I'll get some reciprocity in the long
Now,
run. Like,
see,
oh, this guy is just
mm-mm.
amazing. He cares
See,
about us.
that's
But
where
I
you
didn't get
messed up
anywhere.
because you never give with expectations and all.
Yeah, that's where I messed up. I wasn't expecting the full few $100s back, but I was expecting like, hey man, thanks. I mean, you're cool. You're a cool dude. Like, thank you for the, food. Like, it was great. I
Yeah.
got like, yeah, you should have bought more food.
Nah.
That's what I got.
Oh,
I'm
so
like,
can we
dang.
talk about it? Can we just take a small moment to just talk about that SPD?
Mhm,
Let's call it a public service announcement. Y'all,
mhm,
please be gracious.
mhm.
You don't have to love the gift, but don't throw no shade at something
Right.
somebody's giving you in front of their face.
Uh-huh.
I cannot tell you how many times I have witnessed that with staff, like even in other departments, and it's like, come on,
Right.
that's that is just not that's not kind. Let's not even say professional. That's
It's
not
not.
kind.
It's not. It's not. I'm
Save your gripes for the break room, or
yeah, yeah. I'm like, and then the thing is, the people that got the thing for free didn't even share it with the other
oh man,
the rest of the team. Is
I'm
like
just
it's
saying,
free for everybody,
you
and they
know,
just like, well, I've been working out all year. I'm just gonna take whatever and not worry about anybody else. So like,
don't
you
don't
know,
be don't be
you
that
know,
don't be that tech, please.
now I kind of, I still feel bad. No, I'm just kidding. But you know, we always need to be considerate, even if we get
Consider it.
into things that are free. Somebody's paying for it somewhere.
Somebody did right.
So
Somebody is paying for it somewhere.
just recognize that if you get food and it has a little too much salt, or it's not the right type of fish, or it's the cake is not big enough, and you have to get a smaller slice, just say thank you. Don't be
Oh,
what they
it's
call that.
tough.
Yeah, just be grateful for what you get, because some departments get nothing. So once
Yeah.
upon a time, let me tell this story back in the day. So one facility I heard, I'm not even gonna say too much about what I know about it. One facility got a big banner, right? Big banner, cell processing week, thank you.
Whoop, whoop.
Everybody was like, well, they got a big banner. Everything is great, right? So then I spoke to somebody who worked there, and they said, yeah, we got the big banner, but all we got all week was like donuts and a little bit of pizza.
Yeah.
So, like, don't assume other places are getting it much better than you, because they make it look like they're getting it better. So I guess all the money went to the banner, and the food, snacks, and drinks and all that was kind of afterthought. So,
I mean, it's
just
tough. Even with that, I mean, not everybody wants the same thing. There are some technicians that don't want the potlucks. They'd rather have a cooler bag or, some type of gear from the facility. So it's hard because you
hmm
can't please everybody. You're trying to plan something for, could be 10, 30 folks, 100 folks. Some departments are really large.
yeah,
So,
true.
we try to kind of swing for the middle. And even that, thinking about cost, I mean, a lot of times staff usually ask for like t-shirts or sweaters. And when you open up those catalogs, those are 18, $25 a pop. Sometimes
Mm.
those budgets are under $10 per person while you're
Hold
trying to
on,
plan these events.
hold on, hold on, hold on. So why the nurses getting all everything?
Hey.
What's up with that? Like they're walking out with jackets, hats, little.
Denard, this is not that show.
Why the nurses getting everything and we can't get anything? Like I don't get it. I love the nurses, thank God, hallelujah. Appreciate the nurses and all they
Yes,
do, but
great
like
gifts. And we
they
get
were,
good stuff when we're all included in what they're getting. That's usually how I get my swag.
but like,
Unfortunately, it's again. I mean, we could talk about this all day, but it's the recognition, it's the understanding, it's the budgets. Like I said before, a lot of times, and I think we've talked about this on previous shows, but a lot of times,
mhm,
sterile processing doesn't even have money in their department budgets for those things. But there's also budgets, at the senior leadership level as well. That's where you usually see those like employee day gifts come from, or things of that nature. So it does behoove us to advocate for ourselves, as managers, even reminding departments that it's coming up, or asking for those funds well in advance. Those are things you can kind of do to mitigate it, but
true.
the reasons why SPD week go uncelebrated are the same reasons why our equipment is down and our departments are understaffed and we're not getting paid enough. It's all in the same bucket.
Okay. So guys, when we come back, oh, we have a comment.
Oh, and shout out to
Oh,
Marie.
Dr. Nicole.
Hey, Dr. Nicole.
There's
October
National
is National PT
PT
Month.
month. Okay,
Thank you
great.
so much for shouting y'all out. See, we got to
Yeah.
celebrate ourselves.
Yep. Woo! So, we have another comment. Oh, let's go, let's go, let's go. It's good to know there is sterile processing week. Go
Yes,
hey!
absolutely, right? So the
Yes,
more we get
yes,
the
yes.
word out, the more people know, the more people can celebrate, it's all good.
Yes. So when we come back, guys, we'll take a short little break. Really, really small. I'm just tired of getting gifts that say thank you nurses on it. Like I'm tired of getting calls. I'm not the nurse. I might want to be, but like I'm just tired. But when we come back, we'll talk about PPE on the clean side. All right. We'll be right back. Hello, welcome back, guys. On our hot topics now, PPE on the clean side. Now, Alessandra, you want to go first? You want me to go first? Because
By all means, still MD. Take
so like it's a yes. Like, why would you not want to protect like PPE? Let me break it down. Personal protective equipment.
mm.
It's not saying dirty protective equipment. That's no. It's not DPE. Is personal protective equipment. All right. So I
Hold up.
think we get it like, oh, if you have PPE on, that means something's dirty. No, that's not what it means. It's to protect the person. All right. Let me just flip it around. Personal
Before
protective.
deep dive too far, what's the IFU on that PPE? Does that delineate any of the usage? Just, throwing that out there.
I'm just saying. So some manufacturers, some um, sterilizer manufacturers, high temp and low temp, recommend that you use PPE, which will end up being on the clean side, to actually remove instrumentation from the autoclave or from the low temp sterilizer. They recommend that. They say, hey, we know you're going to get burns. We know you might get a third degree, second degree, first degree burn. So we want you to wear gloves, an apron, even
Right.
goggles, a face shield, and a coverall even, to take this stuff out. We want you to protect yourself. So why aren't we as a department saying, guys, oh, we know you're inspecting stuff. One of these drills might have some blood in it. Why don't you use some personal protective equipment just in case? Just in case, the one out of a million time once a year in
Yeah.
October when the blood might drip out the drill, that you have something protecting your hand that might not go under your
Mm,
fingernails and you might not get an infection. I'm
mm,
just saying.
okay,
What's your
say.
take on it?
So, I mean, my take first is a little exaggerated, right? I don't know about this IFU that calls for a gown on the clean side, but
Oh
you know,
my goodness.
of
You want me to
course,
pull it up? Okay, no, I
please
can't pull
do
it.
educate me. But I mean, you're right. We do have to wear gloves on low temp to remove the things from hydrogen peroxide sterilization. So,
Mhm.
in that sense, PPE will be on the clean side. But I mean, I think there are, like they say, levels to this, right? I'm not expecting to see anybody on the assembly side in full PPE like they're walking into decontam. Personally, I don't take issue if people want to wear gloves at the assembly stations. I think if sterile processing was a perfect industry, we wouldn't, be having a lot of conversations we're having about hospital acquired infections and things of that nature. So it's perfectly possible that bioburden could make it onto the clean side. I don't think that, there should be any reason why somebody can't take precautions for themselves, especially, since we're standing here trying to take precautions for the patients. Um, I mean, really, the only thing I can even think to as a potential hiccup is just whatever these would be gloves. So even that, I feel like would just kind of be digging a trench. I was gonna say, whatever products are on your hands, being mindful of what you're touching with the instruments. But outside of that, I'm not sure I see an issue with it. I do get concerned when I see people like gown up in the decon ante room and then maybe they forget, I don't know, something on the clean side and they take off and then you see this person come in full PPE. I'm like, wait, did you just were you in decon or like how did this
Mhm.
work? And sometimes that kind of stuff, I feel like it's like pulling the thread. Like if you let it happen once, and who's to say somebody else doesn't see that and assume that's okay, and then the next thing you know, you got somebody kind of running crazy on the assembly side out of decontam. But all of that, I feel like is a stretch. I'm not sure that I see any issue with that.
So we have a comment here. One reason some facilities don't is because the gloves are left in the tray. So we shouldn't use pens because pens end up in
I
trays. We
mean,
shouldn't use spectacles because those end up in trays. We shouldn't use bouffants because those end up in trays. We shouldn't use filters because sometimes extra one will end up in a tray. We shouldn't use um we shouldn't have different products on our station because sometimes those end up in trays too. So,
it's
like,
tough.
are we blaming the mistake for not using the product, or are we, looking at the mistake for what it is as a mistake?
Yeah, I mean, again, I felt like anything I'd be thinking of was a stretch, and to me, this is also a stretch. Like, I don't think it would be a pervasive issue. Like, we're not gonna see a department where every other kit somebody is dropping a glove in the kit. This sounds like a one off, and even in that situation, if I found a glove in a tray, when I come back and talk to my tech, it's more like, hey.
Hmm.
'Cause I just can't imagine that there was anything that you were doing where you of course, you intentionally left that behind or, it's an accident.
Hmm. Now, if you work in a facility, everything is an exaggeration. And oh my God, we found a glove. Let's send 20 emails. We found a glove. This is crazy. What are they
I
doing
mean,
downstairs? They're crazy.
you do wanna
And
take a look at the process
now,
should it
if you
happen, right?
now
But
right, you do. But now, if you get like 4 or 5 gloves a month, then you're like, what the heck is
okay,
going
maybe
on?
take them night
Right,
shifts off.
right. Like, hey,
They can't
hey,
handle it.
hey, hold up. I like, is it slipping off? What's going on? Like, when you putting that integrator in, is the glove coming off or what?
What
Like,
is
like
what happened.
what's going on? Now, if it's like a once a year, twice a year type of thing, you're like, most likely it's an honest mistake. Hey, my glove fell in. I didn't see it. I took it off. But like,
Yeah.
guys, we really trying to protect the worker. Really, like, do you want someone living with an infection? Like, if you see a glove in a tray, that tray obviously is not getting used. Now, if somebody lives with an infection, now that's a whole different. That could change somebody's life.
I
Like,
mean, even
I
with
don't
that,
see. Hmm?
Absolutely. Even with that, it's tough because I mean, how often have you ever heard of something like that? Where a sterile processing tech, or how would we actually hear about something like that if a sterile processing technician was to receive an infection through that process? But I mean, I've had experiences where staff have had punctures in their gloves and decontam, and we've sent them to employee health, and the general consensus is you're probably about as safe as you were going to be because you're dealing with an enzymatic, you're in
Hmm.
decontam, you're in full PPEs kind of thing. So it's tough. I think when I see staff members wearing gloves, generally what I hear those technicians say, they just want to keep themselves safe because
Yeah.
sometimes things come through dirty
Hmm.
and I
Hmm.
don't, infection or not, I don't want to plunge my fingertips into nobody else's blood or body hairs. So
Exactly. I don't
that
want to see blood running
that
down. Like, oh, that's blood, right? On my fingernail. Oh,
no.
what's dirty? And then trying to figure out what's dirty. I'm like, oh, I didn't even start that tray yet. I just
Shoot,
carried the tray to my workstation and blood was dripping out. Like, simple stuff like that. I
it
always say protect.
happens.
Without employees, the work is not going to get done. Right?
Absolutely.
It's not going to get done. Like, you have somebody spending 3 hours in the ER getting blood tests.
Yeah.
I
It's
mean,
a tough day. It's a tough day when somebody has to go off to employee health.
yeah,
It's
you're
like,
like, ah, damn.
dang. It's
We
like
we were
being
going good.
lobbed in the game and you losing the players
Yeah, we
mid-game.
were about to finish on time and get everything knocked out. Like,
And I'm telling you, SPD techs are so tough because I have never had one that wasn't in the doorway like, dang, I'm sorry, I gotta go. Like, I gotta leave. They
yeah.
never, like they never want to
Hmm.
go.
Yeah, I had to encourage a young lady to the one once upon a time to go and like I am hey, like you gotta go and like go
Yeah,
do this. Let's
I
do the
always
report.
do.
Let's do this. I don't want you to come back 2 months later and
No,
your
no.
finger is like twice the size. wondering what the heck happened. You know what I mean? Then, you know,
Absolutely.
so,
Yes, I
so,
always encourage staff, even if they don't want to go be seen, to at least fill out the injury report just in case.
yep.
Because if anything happens down the line, you want to make sure you have your documentation for your workman's comp case. So always, always, always report. And also, from a prevention standpoint, the only way we know that things are happening on the floor is if you report. And a lot of times that injury data could be used to navigate, different process changes. So please always let your managers know if you get hurt on the floor.
Boom. Do you want to drop a name for who's coming on the marathon?
Ah,
Can you drop a name, please? Let
yes.
everybody know who's gonna be on.
We have LaWayne Perkins joining the show for the first
Oh
time.
my goodness,
Yes,
Lowain Perkins is coming on. Hold on, hold on, hold on. All right. And thank you to Lowain. He's a busy dude. He's a very busy guy. And he's taking the
yes,
time off to come on the marathon on Sunday. So thank you, Lowain. Appreciate it. Lynn Leslie is saying some days we need knee pads for when you run into the prom. Oh, right, in the front of the sterilizer. Yeah. Oh my goodness, that hurts so much. That thing
truly.
hurts so much when you walk in, and like in
Just
mid
knock
bend,
your shin.
mid bend when you're thinking everything is going cool, like boom, like oh, I kind of lost some skin a couple of times. But anyway, let me
Definitely.
digress. So,
Definitely.
so,
Although I
so
have to say, I think I would rather hit my shin on that rack than to have that load come off the track while I'm trying to push it in. Can't
oh my
stand that.
goodness. Well, I'm a just to let you guys know, I am a sterilizer rack alignment specialist at this point. I
Mhm.
should add that to my resume. All
Pretty much.
right. So I want to instruct you guys because I'm not certified yet, but I do know how to get the rack on the right track, pulling and pushing it in the sterilizer. So, guys, you could
Mm,
always email me. I will give you the proper technique. When your rack goes left or right, then you have that grinding sound. I can't push it in. I
you
will give
know,
you a one-on-one lesson on how to get your rack straight. All right,
that's
I digress. Let's go.
one of those, just for the IFU's sake, we'll say the proper way is to unload it, but y'all know that's not at all what we do.
That's exactly, exactly. So if you work in the business, you definitely know. You know, we're not taking out. Uh,
Deadlift that rack. Let's go.
I didn't say anything. It's not easy. Okay, if it
It's
was
not
easy,
easy.
anybody could do it,
There you
right?
go.
so, so I've inspected lumens that have had residual variable living. Oh yeah, the PPU. Yep, yep, yep,
Yes.
yep. So, question: what if a technician doesn't have to be a technician? What if someone was on the clean side, right? And they said, "I want full PPE on the clean side." What would be your advice for them? I want the whole thing. I want the suit. I want the apron. I want the gap. Like it's gonna happen one day. I see it going that way
Oh,
eventually in self processing.
oh
I
Lord. Why?
see.
Why would it? We're only getting cleaner and cleaner in decontam. It's only getting more and more high tech. Education, I mean, as much as, it has a long way to go in the industry, education is stronger than ever. I don't see us having a need to fuse full PPE on the clean side.
So what about the barrier between the human and the instrument? What about that barrier to keep it more sterile, more of a sterile type of feel
You gonna do
environment?
the robot gloves where you go in and
We
you
gonna go in and we assemble the
Yeah,
tray
that I
in a
think
little
that's a more
pod.
interesting concept. I mean, even when we talk about things like beard covers, you ask the
Mhm.
guys to put a beard cover on, and the next thing they say is, "Well, what about my eyebrows?" Like,
Yeah, what is like my eyebrows are bushy. My eyebrows fall out sometimes. Like
hey,
so
there's
so
always gonna be a line. But yeah, I don't know. I don't see full PPE on the clean
you don't
side.
see full PV on the clean side ever.
I don't.
I think it's going there eventually. I think the barrier between the human and the instruments eventually will come up. You
Hey,
know,
yeah,
I see that. So who's that? I can't see the name. Sorry, but thank you guys.
that's
Thank you.
Veronica.
That's
Also,
Veronica.
yes,
Woo!
and shout out Rachel Galindo. She said, "I can manhandle a rack too."
Uh,
Absolutely.
you know what I'm talking about. You know what I'm talking about. Yeah. Like everybody's looking at the rack. Like there was a big conference around the rack. Like, hmm,
Ah.
what's going on? I don't know
They
what.
said
It's just not going in.
everybody
So
said
and then, ta-da.
it happens. It happens more than we would like.
Yeah.
That's
Why
for
isn't that load going in? But
sure.
then, you know, so, but definitely. So PPE on the clean side. So there was a conversation on LinkedIn. If you don't have a LinkedIn account, guys, get a LinkedIn account. There are so many great conversations on there, and check out the Process SPD group on LinkedIn.
Yes, we have a new page on LinkedIn, so we would love if you guys could go over and like the page. I also dropped a link to the YouTube page. If you guys haven't had a chance to check that out and see the old episodes, you can go over there and like, share, and subscribe.
All right, time to drop another name.
All right, so it's a little bit cheating, but
What? What? Who's coming on? Who's that?
Dr. Nicole Dugan is coming back.
Woo! Hold on. OMG.
Right.
Oh my goodness. She was on last week, just last week,
She was on just last week. Love
and
the show so much. Coming back on Sunday.
she's coming back for more.
There
That's
we go.
excellent because the she spoke about the pelvic floor, which is like is a whole bunch of muscles. She had like when I met her the first time in Jamaica, we went on a mission to Jamaica. And she had this little model, this 3D model of the pelvic floor with all these muscles. I'm like, what the heck is this? I didn't know what part of the body it was. And then she's like, oh, if you look at it this way, you'll see it from the bottom up. And you get
Man,
this part and you put it the layer in. And I'm like, oh, that's what this is. And that was very insightful, very educational.
yes,
So
I learned
she
so
has,
much.
and what she mentioned she wanted to talk about something, diversity and inclusion. Remember that?
Diversity and inclusion. Yes. Yes. So we
Mm-hmm.
will have her
Mm-hmm.
on for a panel conversation around diversity and inclusion. I'm not going to spoil the topics for you guys, but I'm super
Okay.
excited. And
All right. So
again, that guest list right now is well over 20 folks, and we have them coming from all over the industry. Folks from
hmm
Isham are going to be here. We got some folks coming from Beyond Clean. So you guys really do not want to miss this show.
yeah, do you want me to drop a name?
Go for it. Go for it.
So tana, we have Lindsay Brown coming on. Lindsay Brown. Yeah, if you know anything about brushes, you know Lindsay Brown. She so she
That's
will be part of
how
the
I
show
met
on.
Lindsay. But I do have to say I have enjoyed so much watching her contribution to the growth mindset conversation. Like
Mhm.
that I think is such pivotal stuff, especially within SPD. We talk about sometimes the stainless steel and so to have
Mhm.
somebody come in and talk about how we're feeling, how we're doing, and how to take care of
Mhm.
ourselves is so powerful.
Yeah, that was great. That was great. So hot topics now. So let me go into a little hot topic, not really scheduled. So let me go. So, are we doing everything we can do in Deacon Tam right now to get our instruments clean, or are we just fall? Are we just do? Are we just going for the motions? Are we doing everything we can? What do you think? You want me to answer that? Now you go first.
I think it's a mix. I mean, you have at a tech level, it really sometimes it depends on the individual.
hmm
Even with training, whether or not they're going to adhere to the policy and procedure. That's definitely one of the reasons why I'm excited that Sarah Cruz is coming on the show because
Oh,
one of the
Sarah Cruz is
topics
coming
that
on.
she is
Oh,
coming on, and one of the topics that she talks about a lot is how you can actually build work ethic. So I think this decatam is one of the perfect areas to talk about that. I mean, but decatam is complicated. You have many pieces of equipment that need to be in there. So whether or not every department has everything they need, sometimes it be complicated. And especially as we see robotics continue to expand now into
true,
orthopedics, we've got the Mako,
true,
we've got the Rosa robot, we've got now Da Vinci exploding with the new XI and the ion probes. decontamination is getting more complicated. So, if you were a department that I was already trying to figure out how to navigate not having three sinks, what are you doing now if you don't have that and you don't have a sonic, and it can get hairy.
Yeah, true,
What do you think?
true. I think, but first, let me shout out our sponsors for the show on Sunday. So we have Birch Barrel. If you ever grilled anything in your life, check out birchbarrel.com. They have a special grill. It's on a tripod, and you can take it with you. It doesn't have to be in your backyard, and you have to get a pickup and all that stuff. You could take the grill with you, break down the tripod, put it in your trunk, and take it to wherever you want to go inside your vehicle, right? Our second sponsor is JB Med Solutions. Now, they sell anything from PPE to wrap to glove. I mean, those are PPE, but anything you need for your department, anything, face shields, anything. I'm just breaking it down because PPE covers all that. But
Yes.
so, yeah. So anything you need for your department, JB Med Solutions can provide. So check out their website. Now, the next one. Now, if you're on the East Coast, you know this company, MedLabel. MedLabel, I've been working with MedLabel for a few years now. Very good. I love the owners of the company. Very nice folks, and they're sponsoring us. Med Label provides. If you don't know Med Label, you probably have a labeling issue in your department. You need to label your clean or dirty instruments. You need load stickers. You need a zebra printer. Med Label. You need hand sanitizer. You need MedLabel supplies all that stuff. So check out medlabel.com if you want any labeling. And they customize labels too. So if you need something saying general hospitals GU tree, they can get that made for you. So check out MedLabel. All right. So now let's get into what did you do last weekend, Alessandra?
Just a little bit of SPD. That's all.
A little bit of SPD. What you
Yeah.
did?
So last weekend, I got to participate in the Faces panel, that was hosted by CCSA and powered by Beyond Clean and sponsored by Sergio Health. It was so exciting. I just can't even. I've never had an experience like that before. That was a first in my career. So it was truly, truly exciting to get to share the stage with some folks like Adam Okada, Sarah Cruz was there, Sterile MD was there. So it was really nice. And there were 6 free CEUs. And y'all know how we feel about free education. So for us to get to participate and be able to offer that to sterile processing technicians was so dope. So excited.
Yeah, and I did okay. I had a little presentation too. It was all right,
Oh, it
but
was
I was
awesome.
there. I was there. I tried, but it was a great experience, guys. It was a great experience. I felt like I felt like Steve Jobs. I just owned everything. Like boom, boom. This is the new Apple. Boom, boom. Like I just felt in total control of my presentation. But like this was my first one, so like it didn't go 100%. But like
Oh no,
I
it
am
was.
eager to go again and do it again and make it better because I have some things I kind of learning while giving the presentation. Like, oh, I could have did this, that, and the other. Put a little something in there. So definitely, it was a great experience. Thank you to Beyond Clean, Sergio Health, the California
CCSA.
chapter for inviting us on to
Yes.
give our presentations. And I want to get better at presentations, so I'm going to be doing presentations as like anybody. I mean, I'm like, you want a presentation? You want a present? You want one? Do you want one? That's what I do now. So I'm really eager to be able to build my skills now in presenting, and all the presenters on there did a great job, and I
It
really
really
appreciate
did. It was
it.
some really great
Yeah.
information, and to be able to provide some education, to talk about some topics that don't always get covered, like Sterile MD was covering myths from sterile processing, and I can tell you after 14 years, I got schooled on a couple things.
Oh,
So
oh, you got school and some stuff.
One or two. Don't tell me.
One or two. Oh, that. Oh, so my. Dang, I was trying
And
to
then,
like.
of course, we're in the middle of the Great Resignation. So I talked about staff acquisition. How we can get people into the department and how we can keep the talent that we have. And that those are not topics that you always see on the panel. So it was pretty cool.
Yeah, and guys, we make light of stuff and we try and keep it fun, but this is definitely a serious business. Especially, let me go back to my Deacon Tam point. And also, let me give a little name drop. You can't mention Sarah Cruz without mentioning this guy. You can't mention Sarah Cruz without mentioning Sarah B. Cruz without mentioning Jesse Lopez. Jesse Lopez is going to be on the marathon. So, he's going to be in the building stirring that pot.
Super excited. I have been wanting. I think I talked about bringing Jesse on the show before he even started stir that pot. So like I am
Yeah.
so excited to have him on the show. It's been a
Yeah.
long time watching him on
Yeah,
Instagram.
we didn't really talk about stuff, but we were watching Jesse before Jesse was actually Jesse. So, um, yeah, we were watching him from a little kid growing up.
No.
He playing that. Yeah, yeah, I saw Jesse before
No,
he
but
was.
he was
Yeah.
on Instagram doing some amazing things. So,
Yeah.
talking about assembly and inspection for real, like on the
Hmm.
floor, showing you the tools. So I'm super impressed with what he's done so far. And then again, like we're participating in the reprocess and rebranded class right now with Hank Balsh, who will also be coming on the show on
Oh
Sunday.
my goodness. So we have Hank Balch, we have Jesse Lopez, we have Sarah B. Cruz, we have Lindsey Brown, we have Lila Price.
We have Tanya Lewis,
We have Tanya Lewis coming on.
Marjorie Wall.
Oh my goodness, it's gonna be a show.
It's gonna be a
Now
show.
we're gonna do a round table with a couple of them, right? We're gonna do
Yeah,
a
so
big
we definitely do. We've got some individual interviews set up for you guys, but we also have some panel discussions coming your way because here on the process we always want to keep the conversation real and talk about the real world issues that we see going on for SPD techs. Of course, we have that diversity and inclusion spot coming to you guys, which has been a long time coming for the process to be able to have that conversation. It's kind of how I started on the show, I'll say. So I'm excited about that. And then of course just a shout out for night shift because hey, they're gonna be the first ones kicking off SPD week on Sunday night. So I'm
Mhm.
excited.
Yeah, and hold up. Let's bring that back a little bit. We know day shift gets all the fresh stuff. Second shift gets some leftovers, but some stores are
But
still open.
technically
But
SPD week starts on midnight, night shift.
night shift gets the cold pizza. Yeah, we should
Not
just
with
call it the
me.
cold pizza shift. Night shift gets the
Not
cold
with me.
leftover pizza that came out before the store closed at like 6
Mm-mm.
p.m.
Come on, man.
and they get to warm it up
It
if they're
happens. I mean, last year I had an educator that actually every day he came in early so that he could be on night shift and he brought them something different every day.
okay. All
Yeah,
right.
I mean,
Kudos,
and
kudos,
you could take
kudos.
advantage of stuff like DoorDash. You don't even have to be up. You can schedule a delivery, have the lead or somebody pick it up. Give night shift some fresh food, guys.
Yeah, yeah. Please give your night shift some fresh food, or you might have some serious call out issues on SPD week. You're wondering
Don't
why am
do
I
it,
going in
y'all.
so late?
Our
Like,
patients are
please,
still waiting.
please give your 11 to 7. What like we have midnight shifts too, like 10 to 10 to 6 or something
10
like
to
that.
6.
Give your night shift some fresh food. Let them know, even if they don't eat it, let them take it home with them. Give them an opportunity to eat it. Because
Yeah, I mean, you
some
can.
night shift folks don't take breaks. Let's just keep it plain. They just go all through. You get to take a break, take a break. It's like this ain't getting done if I take a break. So give it to them. Let them take it home. Give them the opportunity to see, hey, that they're appreciated. So definitely
Yes.
do that. Definitely.
I mean,
Oh
that's
yeah,
the
but
name of the game. SPD is, we say the heart of the hospital. Of course, no, we talk about it all the time here that we support every revenue generating procedure area that uses sterile goods. So to me, that should lend itself to some recognition in and of itself. I mean, SPD techs, when we are cleaning instrumentation, we're keeping patients safe. We're keeping mothers and babies safe. kids in our pediatric hospitals. It's not light work what we do. So even though, like we've talked about it, we don't always get the recognition we want. And there's a lot of ways that we can keep pushing that conversation. Like Dee said earlier, I really encourage you guys to get on LinkedIn if you're interested in joining the conversations. They really are moving the industry forward. But don't let it make you down. Celebrate each other. This is our week. Do something nice for each other.
Okay, another name drop because I know people. I don't really see everybody I know, but I know people, you know. So for our marathon, we're gonna have Joanne Benoit. Now, if you've been on Clubhouse, you know Joanne. She is gonna be on the Process Marathon on Sunday. She's gonna be on. So guys, let me drop a bomb on that. Oh, and we having her sidekick. So we have Sarah, Joanne, and you can't have that without having
You're gonna quit putting me on this spot.
You can't have
Jake.
the two. You can't have the two of them without having Jake on. So Jake, I can't say his last name. His last
I
name is
know
like
so I'm like, I
I don't
don't
want
want
to
to mess
mess it
up
up.
your name.
I don't
You
want to mess up his name. That's
have
the
to get it,
thing.
Jake McHugh, and I will pull up on him
Okay,
tomorrow
you said
night
it. You said it. I don't
in
want
the
to.
clubhouse. So tomorrow night, every Thursday night, Jake McHugh, Sarah Cruz, Rebecca, and forgive me because I don't have your last name in front of me, and Joanne Benet. Is that how you say it? I probably
I
messed
thought
up
it was
all
Ben.
that,
I thought it was
but
French.
yeah, I think it is. You're probably saying it better than I am. Can you tell we're gonna be meeting a lot of these people on the show on Sunday, guys? But they every Thursday they do a clubhouse session for sterile processing. It's the only sterile processing group on Clubhouse. And when you're talking
Mhm.
about having real dialogue, actionable steps, they cover everything. I've heard, things for like burnout, checkout in that room. I think
Mhm.
this week they're covering compliance, or no, this week they're covering social media policy. Last week they talked about Joint Commission compliance, and Joanne even dropped tools on LinkedIn today for Joint Commission survey readiness. So
Mhm.
I mean, when we're talking about having conversation, networking, and getting the actual resources you need, you guys need to be in that room, Clubhouse, 7 o'clock on
Yeah,
Thursday.
on Thursdays, every Sunday, 7 o'clock. There's something else happening at 7 o'clock on Thursdays. I won't get into that yet, but it's a surprise. Tune in. No, 7 o'clock or 8 o'clock. I think it's 8 o'clock on Thursdays. So make sure, guys, you on YouTube on Thursday tomorrow night. We have a special. I think it might be a special surprise, but
Yeah.
yeah. So we'll definitely. Um, So a couple more names, guys. If you're alive and you're in sterile processing, you know Solindra Bearfield. Like if you don't
You
know,
better.
I on sterile like if you don't know, I don't know. I don't get it. Like I like
Like, where
don't.
are you? Where are you
Where
if you
where have
don't?
you been? Like if you don't know, I on sterile processing right now. Check out that website. There's so much educational links on there to get your CEs for free. Like you don't have to go to your educator supervisor. Say, I want mine. Like go and do some special. Like go on there, do some different tests. Like it doesn't always have to be an in-service or your hospital education. Take a little chance. Go on Crazy for Clean. Google some stuff. Like there's so many good opportunities to learn something different. And the thing is, when you learn something different, you can always bring it back and say, hey guys, you can't brush this like that. You know, they might look at your stream like, no, I did a 20 question CE CE educational program, and it says you can't brush like that. You gotta use the brush that's the proper size for the lumen. You
Absolutely.
can't use that 4 millimeter brush for that 10 millimeter lumen. It doesn't make sense.
Ooh,
Like
I
it's not
know
gonna
y'all
do anything.
didn't.
I'm just, I'm just, I'm
I
like,
know y'all didn't.
or you can't use that 8 millimeter brush for that 4 millimeter lumen. Like,
Don't
the,
try it, guys.
the it
It's
this
not gonna work. It's just
is
not gonna work.
it's getting jammed in there. That's why you
There are
have.
really though. There are a lot of free educational
Hmm.
opportunities. Some of my favorites right now are with Steris and Key Surgical.
Yeah,
Um,
I like stairs. Yep.
but there is a lot of good stuff going on, and
Yeah.
there's even technicians that are creating their own content right now. One of the guests that we have that's coming on the show, her name is Tiffany Darville. She has
Hmm.
been extremely active on LinkedIn in the sterile processing space, and one of the things that she's been advocating is education tools to get ready for certifications. We talk about it all the time.
Hmm.
How
Hmm.
sometimes the book and the
Tiffany
test
Darville.
doesn't match, right? Yes, look her up, Tiffany
I'll
Darville
look her up. I'll
on
definitely look her up.
LinkedIn. But she will be bringing you guys some content very shortly on certification prep. So, I mean, it's exciting stuff going on out here.
And let me drop this name because this is our last show before the event.
Yes, yes.
Now, just let me know, is this knowledge or nonsense? Is Sharon Combs gonna be on?
That was great. It's knowledge.
Yeah, so you can't have Lewin without Sharon. You can't have Lewin
Oh,
without Sharon. So if you like knowledge, Sharon Combs is gonna be on, guys. Tune in Sunday. Like this is gonna be an amazing show.
it's gonna be
Adam
great.
Okada,
Adam, yes, Adam Okada is coming.
previously
Very,
with Beyond Clean, now
yes,
with
health
Health
mark.
Mart. So like guys, come on, like this show is gonna be, plus we have prizes, guys. We are giving away
I feel
um
it.
also there will be a discount on the Etsy store. So there will be a
Definitely.
discount on the Etsy store on sterile processing apparel.
It's
So tune
like
in.
Black Friday for still
It's like a
processing.
Black Friday. It's like you
Get your
get a t-shirt,
T-shirt,
you get a t-shirt,
okay.
you get a t, like guys, if you tune in, you like come on, like there are
I
prizes. Yeah,
definitely
you'll
will because I want to get another is clean not sterile mug.
yeah, like
I need
you will get a prize and you will be surprised. You'll be like, did I just tune
that.
in online and win something? Like this is crazy. Like you
Yes.
will get a prize and like come on. Like you have the chance to walk away with something for doing nothing. In fact,
For
you on your
doing
phone for,
hold on. For doing nothing?
for doing
No,
nothing.
for doing everything. We are celebrating SPD week. So guys, tune in. Sunday the 10th will be live from 12 p.m. to 12 a.m. Eastern Standard Time. We will have all these guests and more panel
Hmm.
discussions, live conversation, gifts. We are going to make sure that if nothing else, we start this off right. And this is the first
Yeah.
ever sterile processing marathon. So we appreciate your support.
Yeah. Should I talk about Damien Burke? No, I shouldn't mention his name yet.
Damien's coming
No, no.
through.
I shouldn't have said that.
Aaron Green Golden is
I
coming
shouldn't.
through.
I don't. Nah, don't say that. Did we log off yet? Like we don't want them to know that
Yeah,
yet.
it's
Nah, who
gonna be
else?
good
Like who
stuff.
should we not talk about? But guys, this is gonna be an amazing show. Please tune in. We're celebrating ourselves. Come on, leave comments, ask questions. You might see a
Yeah,
guest on here. You may have wanted to ask them a question for months or years. Just tune in, ask that question. We'll have our call-in feature too. You could call in. Hey, can I blah 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 blah. I just want to say thank you to my team. Call and say thank you to your team. Somebody from your team may be listening, and this is going to be on
that would be
Facebook and
so.
YouTube.
Oh man,
Yeah,
like get
shout
the
out,
shout out on
come
the radio. That would be
shout
so
out your
cool.
facility. Do a shout out. This is going to be like a radio station. Shout out your facility. Where are you from? What state? What do you do? What shift? Shout out your shift. Shout out somebody
Talk about it,
that helped you out. Shout out your manager. Oh, here's the number right
please.
here.
Please, I saw today in one of the travel groups somebody asked what's a good gift to give their manager, and
Let me write
there
that
were
down.
so many people that were like nothing.
Oh wow. So what
No,
you suggest? Like give me something. What do you suggest? Like
I didn't suggest anything, but I
uh
personally I thought it was just nice that they even considered it. Like, yes, we're still processing too. Let's do something nice for everybody. There's nothing wrong with getting manager
so
supervisor
guys,
gifts.
you could like if on your way to work, just stop by the dollar store
It don't
or
have to be.
Walmart. Just get a little thank you
Yeah.
card. Or you could make up a thank you card with a Bowie Dick test. Write something on it. Like
I'm
I'm
excited to see the crafts There's always every SPD week. There's
Yeah,
always SPD techs that are doing crazy crafts. I'm
true.
excited to see those pictures come through on social media.
True, 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 true. Wrapping gifts with
Yes.
you know, your Medline wrap, you have your Halliard wrap. You know, I want to see somebody make what's that thing where you make ships with the Komago? Anybody watching could tell me when you make ships like the Chinese craft art where you make ships.
Origami.
Origami, right, right, right. Yeah, I want to see an origami rap
Yeah,
thing. If somebody could do that, I would
I'm
like to see that.
sure
So,
somebody can.
but definitely, guys, tune in. This is gonna be a great show. We're gonna have fun. We're gonna address some serious burning issues that everyone has.
Yes.
On a regular basis. We're definitely gonna address taking time, clean side, get opinions, get the facts. Because some people will definitely bring the facts, and you'll be like, "Oh,
We'll be
I didn't
talking
know that
about.
was in Amy,
I
or I didn't
mean,
know that
growth
was in John."
mindset. We'll be talking about professional development, diversity,
Mm-hmm.
inclusion, relationship building between the ORs. We'll be talking about shift wars. I mean, everything. It's 12 hours of nonstop sterile processing. I'm so excited.
Yeah, 12 hours. And guys, thank you again to our sponsors, JB Med Solutions, Med Label, and the Birch Barrel. And guys, thank you. Appreciate everything. Thank you for tuning in and have a good night. Alessandra, you have anything you want to say? Any closing
Mm.
statements?
We'll see you guys on Saturday at the walk at 8 a.m. virtual.
Oh,
If you want to join us, the link will be in the group, and we might also have some special content coming to you on Saturday. So stay tuned.
stay tuned, guys. Oh, we have a last second comment. Oh, someone says good night. Good
Good
night.
night.
Good night. Peace. Peace and love. We'll see you guys on Saturday and Sunday. Thank you for tuning in.